The ERC's long-awaited return to the UK got underway with a stunning super special alongside the seafront of host city Aberystwyth. The Welsh coastline lined all the way by thousands of British rally fans. The first full day of Rali Ceredigion saw local driver James Williams go fastest in Saturday's opener, but his joy would be short-lived. Early in the marathon 26-kilometre Llyn-Brian test, the Welshman's brief run to second was already done. British Championship leader Will Crichton's hopes in both categories took a massive blow after 2 minutes were dropped with an early puncture. A spin following later in the loop, adding insult to injury. The luck was not with the Irish on this opening morning. Crichton's M-Sport teammate and fellow countryman John Armstrong spun in stage 3 and then damaged his own tyre later in the morning. The Fiesta driver fighting back to 9th by the end of the day. Simone Tempestini had a mathematical if fading chance in the championship race and was drafted in by Team MRF last minute to run in a Volkswagen Polo. The 8-time Romanian champion made a fine start, running third, only to damage his suspension in the final proper stage of the day. Of the championship front runners, Miko Marchik was aware his own hopes were fading. The Polish star was improving though, climbing from 11th to 4th over the course of this rapid opening leg. Matthew Franceschi was suffering over the bumps and muddy corners on this first visit to Wales. A top 6 finish though, and the title fight would live on to the final round, and the Frenchman at least was staying in the hunt, climbing to 3rd on the end of day super specials. In second and quickly getting to grips with his Rally 2 Toyota on asphalt was Chris Ingram. Just a point behind Crichton in the British Championship, with the Irishman having a nightmare start. The former ERC champion was flying high in both categories. Out front though was former WRC star Hayden Paddon. The experienced Kiwi's knowledge of the terrain and meticulously prepared pace notes with co-driver John Kennard produced a masterclass. After winning all but one stage on Saturday, the Hyundai driver was dominating. After that eventful day, Paddon had built up a huge lead of over a minute. Ingram second, with Franceschi keeping his championship hopes alive in 3rd, but 4th place for Marchik, as things stood, would not be enough. Irishman Keith Cronin dropped to 5th on the end of day super specials. It would be a dramatic start to the final day of the JDS Machinery Rally Ceredigion, with 2 high-profile exits in the opening stage. 5th place Keith Cronin with a dramatic roll. And 2nd place Chris Ingram was in trouble in the same stage. A nasty off and collision with a stone bridge. The shiny asphalt seemed to do the damage, and it was a big blow for the former ERC champion's British title bid. Another Irishman from north of the border had already had an eventful weekend. Philip Allen was running 11th coming into the challenging stage 12. A wild spin across the road. With the tyre damage, they would eventually get back on their way, but it had been a character-building home event. Following Cronin's dramatic exit, John Armstrong took over as the leading Irishman. The M-Sport Run Fiesta driver having a fine final day to claim his first ERC stage win and recover from his frustrating Saturday to finish 5th. With Paddon out front, Miko Marchik's faint championship hopes were fading. With a sudden shower just before the final loop, the Polish star gambled on wet tyres. It worked initially, climbing to 2nd, but in the dry final stage, he slipped to 4th, finally extinguishing his late season title attack. One driver who was most definitely still in the championship hunt though was Matthew Franceschi. The Frenchman getting back past Marchik on the power stage, and a 3rd place finish on his Welsh debut was more than enough to take the title fight to the final round. Andrea Mabellini capped off a stunning Sunday run with a first stage win of the season in the day's opener. MRF's talented Italian excelled on the drying roads, passing Franceschi on the final stage to claim an emotional first ERC podium in 2nd. Rally leader Hayden Paddon, though, would be thankful for the huge advantage he'd already built. A sensible safety-first strategy for the New Zealander through the final few stages would secure a crucial first win of the year, with a power stage win ensuring a maximum 35-point score. Paddon took the win by a massive 1 minute and 47 seconds. Mavellini snatching second late on, with Franceschi scoring a third podium of the season and Marcik settling for fourth. The championship goes down to the final round in Poland then. Paddon with a 27-point lead over Franceschi, but with dropped scores still to take into account. A fine effort from Marcik, but his hopes are over for this season. Mavellini climbs to fourth.